So to kick things off, gentlemen, we're starting up the night after Sullivan and Preston had their run-in with First Light. So it's, which was fun. It is now Saturday, May 1st of this year. And as you guys start to awaken from your deathly day sleep, let me get those rouse checks right off the bat. We'll start with Sullivan first.
I will fail.
Sullivan fails his rouse check. All right, we'll get to that in a second.
I will wake up almost snarling.
Well, this is going to be fun. We'll bring us down to Preston. Preston, let's see if your luck, you got it. You actually succeed. For everybody who's new, this is rare, by the way. And Nate with Lemont.
I have not succeeded.
So for Sullivan and Lemont, you guys both wake up as you come to your senses and your body kind of starts to move under your control once more. You feel that the beast is kind of taking that tide. Now for Lemont, I'm assuming that brings you up to like probably 2 hunger at this point, because I think you were sated last time. Sullivan, how much are you at now?
I'm at 4.
Okay.
That's why I said I'll wake up with damn near a snarl, and I'll be sniffing the air animalistically before being able to catch myself for the closest blood source.
We will be starting off the night right, so to speak. For Nate, really quick, when Lemont gets up, and actually when he got home last night, Friday night, his broodmates were not there. They're not home at all. They actually do not come home even as you are getting ready to feel the weight of the day start to approach and push you down into your slumber. They don't show up. However,
there's a dead body in the kitchen.
No, there's not. It got moved down to the sacrificial chain.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You will have found when you came home a bunch of like dirt all over your kitchen. Looks like something got dropped there that was either freshly dug up or just covered in soil. So the kitchen tile in the warehouse loft when you come in just has dirt and like weeds and just pebbles all over the place. Nobody cleaned it up. You don't hear from Sullivan or Preston the entire evening after you get home.
So they're not home currently.
No, like when you get home after your shift at the Tartu parlor and like go out and have some drinks and feed a bit. When you make it back home, they're gone. Say it's probably 3 or 4 in the morning, and as the sunlight starts to kind of approach and you feel that weight start to push down on you, they're still not back.
Okay. Then I'll just kind of. I mean, they're adult. They're adult vampires. So I won't think much of it because whatever. Yeah, then I'll the first thing I'll do is like throw myself on the couch, check my social medias, go through the Instagram and whatever, do my nightly due diligence for my chosen profession, and then I'll go take a schwitz, and once I'm done with that, then I'll start texting Sullivan and see where they're at.
So this would be Saturday after you wake up, or the night before when you go to bed?
No. If they're not there the night before, I mean, again, I'm not going to worry about it too much. For all I know, they went to some party and stayed out all night, and nobody's beating down my door. I wake up the next night, I wouldn't assume that they'd be there because that would be a problem.
So you do your nightly, your routine, get dressed, get cleaned up, check your shit. For Sullivan and Preston at the Diamond Yama, when Preston wakes up, you feel perfectly fine. Like you actually had a restful sleep despite all the madness that went on the night before. Now, when you see Sullivan get up, when he comes back to consciousness for the evening, he looks almost feral off the bat. Like he's looking around for something to eat. He's not like about to lose himself, but he's definitely feeling that the beast gnawing at him right now, looking for some sort of sustenance.
Is there a phone in here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna call room service.
You'll get the room service will pick up after like a ring or two. Room service?
Yes. Hi. We are the VIPs in room number 139, and we've got a hankering this evening for some fruit punch. If somebody could bring a whole lot of fruit punch to our room, that would be just great.
Not a problem, sir. We'll see right to that.
Thanks so much.
And they'll hang up.
Easy, Sullivan. It's on its way. Breakfast is on its way. You're all right. Focus on something else. You're fine.
I'm just hungry. I need food soon.
Called room service. They've assured me that something will be here post haste. I'm sure it'll be choice. This is a posh place, after all.
I'm just gonna close my eyes. I'll just sit back on the bed and wait. Try and ignore that gnawing hunger at my fucking soul.
I'm gonna
Well, you're
not
not
say
at a
anything to him
5.
so I don't piss him off.
You're not
I
at a 5,
know,
but
but
it's
it
still
still
there.
hurts.
Yeah, it's
It
still
don't feel
there.
good.
So about, I'd say 20 minutes will pass. You guys will get a knock on the door.
I'll open it.
You'll see Mitchell. He's standing there. He's like, "What the fuck are you guys? Fruit punch, really?"
Yeah, would you have preferred strawberry smoothie?
I would prefer you contacted us.
Well, I figured that you were smart enough to have the phone line in here routed to somebody in the know.
No. We have all the calls. We put an alert that any calls coming from this room right now, while you're here, are going to be, we're informed of them. But we actually have people who stay in these suites that aren't, you know.
I'll pop my head out of wherever I'm at and kind of look at him and just like give that a second of, oh, that's not food.
He raises a brow at you as you got this kind of like that lean dog look on your face. He's like, "Oh, so that's that kind of thing, huh?"
It's that kind of thing, yeah.
All right, give me about 45 or so. I'll get something up to you guys.
All right, thanks.
A vehicle's getting delivered probably about another hour or so. So within 2 hours, you should be good to go.
Excellent. Okay. In the meantime, we'll get cleaned up.
Good. He'll just kind of take a step back and start heading down the hallway.
Sit back and relax. Should call Lemont.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good idea. I will call Lemont.
I mean, I'm sure I'll be able to answer. So
Yeah,
I'll
you're probably like
answer.
cruising through like Instagram at this point in time, seeing what's going on in the scene. When your phone gets alert, you get a call in from Preston.
Sure. I'll set my my earmarked vampire book aside that I wasn't reading and answer the phone. Yeah, what's up?
Hey, so we had a crazy night. We just partied real hard and ended up just crashing at this place. We're all good though. We should be home a couple hours, and then we should definitely talk. There's something downstairs that's for later. It's totally fine. I just left it there for safekeeping. I'll get rid of it when I get back, but don't be alarmed.
Thanks, dear. Do you need me to cook dinner for you when you get home, or
You know, if you wouldn't mind.
are you gonna stop and pick up something?
Well, actually, you know what? Now that you mention it, Chinese sounds fantastic. You'll have the usual.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell you're telling me. So
Well, I'm speaking in code here.
I wasn't. I was trying to emphasize the fact that I feel like I'm your wife. You don't need to check in with me. Just go ahead and come home, and when you're home, then we can talk.
All right, well, I didn't want you to see certain things in the house.
No,
and get
it's okay.
Panicky.
Unlimited minutes, right? No worries. I'll be here. I haven't even changed my clothing yet. So should I go downstairs and check and see what you left by the door, or should I just wait for the surprise when you get home?
Nah, we just wait up. But hey, if you could sweep the kitchen, that would be fantastic.
You can kiss every inch
I'll
of my
hang up.
ass.
What a dick. If you could get on your hands and knees and just make that floor squeaky fucking clean, that would be stellar. Click.
Get that toothbrush. Just get to work
Hey,
on the
I
ground.
can't exactly say, hey, would you mind cleaning up after my zombie touchstone who accidentally tracked in some dirt?
Yeah, I will toss the phone to the other end of the couch and try to find my place back in my beat up earmarked vampire novel and wait for them to roll in, I suppose.
As Lamont's reading his Poppy Z Bright book, we get back to to the hotel. About 20 minutes will pass or so, and you'll hear another knock on the door.
I will open it again.
You see Mitchell, and he's got this like probably 20-year-old college kid. He looks like he's drunk out of his mind. Either that or he's on drugs. The guy is like being held up by the scruff of his neck by Mitchell. He's wearing a pair of blue jeans. He's got like a affliction t-shirt. And Mitchell's like, "Hey, you open the door. Open it all the way. I don't want to go inside."
Yeah, okay. I'll open it all the way.
He'll actually shove the kid in to the point where he stumbles and does like almost like a roll as he hits the ground. He trips. He rolls in the middle of the room, the main like foyer you guys got, since you are in like a nice suite, and immediately Sullivan can hear he's bloody. Somebody cut him already.
I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go feed.
Kid's laying on his back. You hear him like kind of grunt. He's like, "Ah, fuck!" And it looks like he's been punched in the mouth, and like he ripped open like part of his lip on his teeth, and that's the blood that you're smelling. Once the kid's in, you see Mitchell just kind of like pop his knuckle. He's like, "Listen, nobody's gonna miss the fucker. He was causing trouble down below. We just bounced him. Let's like Chicago ate him alive. Have fun, and leave him in the bathtub. We'll take care of it."
Sounds good.
And he'll just turn and walk away.
I'll close the door.
Oh, we'll feed.
You jump on this kid. He has no strength to fight you back. You sink in your fangs and just start drinking him up. There's a lot of like heated resonance in him, very energetic. And it's almost like it's fear that's just kind of bubbling through his veins as you start drinking from him. Now, you can only take so much before he actually gets dangerously like close to needing hospitalization. The question is, how much are you willing to kind of throw his life aside to sate your hunger?
It doesn't right now. It doesn't serve a purpose, so I'm not. I'll feed as much as I can before I start to feel the blood slowing, the heart pumping slower, the breathing kind of slowing down, right to the point where he's going to be out and not dead. But
once you take 2 from him, at that point, that's the maximum for non-harmful. If you go into slake a 3rd hunger, that's when he's going to need to go to the hospital.
Nope. I'll just take 2. I'm not a savage.
At 2, he passes out. Like, he's kind of weakly, feebly kind of clawing at your neck to try to, like, grasp at you. But as you start to slake that last bit of, the second bit of hunger out of him, you feel his hands kind of go slack a little bit, and he just kind of falls back onto the carpet.
I'll drag him into the bathroom, into the bathtub. And then I'll just leave him there like dude said.
He's in. He's passed out. He'll probably be out for another hour or 2 at least. Like, he's just drained.
Yeah, I'll close the door so, nothing else disturbs him. And we'll wait because we're waiting on our vehicle.
About a half an hour passes. You guys hear the phone ring. Like your room's phone just kind of does a little trill. Ring. Preston picks it up, and you'll hear Mitchell's like, "Yeah, we got your vehicle in the garage."
Okay.
It's where you parked the last one, so you're good to go. Keys are inside.
Perfect. We'll be checking out.
Okay.
Thanks for the hospitality.
Yeah. I mean, you're welcome. You're welcome. Let's just leave it at that.
Very good. Hope to talk to you soon.
I really hope not. No offense. You guys bring trouble.
None taken. Have a pleasant evening.
You too. And he'll hang up.
I'll hang up. Ready to go, Sullivan?
Let's get out of here.
We're close to wearing out our welcome.
As one would assume after the last 24 hours, give or take. We'll head up.
You guys head down the hallway to the elevator here. Take that down to the second level of the parking lot where you guys left your last vehicle. And as you leave the suite behind, you get this sense of something's on edge. Like something doesn't feel right. When you pass down through the rest of the hotel, it starts to kind of settle in. Like it's almost like a subtle feeling of dread. The back of your neck, the hairs are starting to stand up a little bit. You get down below, and you'll see the normal security guard. She's standing there. She just kind of nods off in the corner, and you'll see this white Lexus SUV parked. Now, what catches your attention is you'll see Nathaniel Bordreff standing at the end of the parking lot, and he's talking with Sierra, and it doesn't look like it's a very polite conversation.
If he looks in our direction, I'll definitely give him a nod like, yo.
He looks kind of engrossed in his conversation with Lasabra at this point in time, so he's not really looking over towards the...
If he needs us, he knows where to find us. So.
Okay.
Is it, are they too far away where I'd be able to, like, or wouldn't be able to eavesdrop, like with heightened senses?
With heightened senses, you can probably get a bit of the conversation, maybe a couple words here and there, as the sound bounces off the concrete in the parking garage.
If I could just get enough to get the gist of what the conversation is about. I'm not trying to, like, get details or anything, but if I can just kind of get an idea of what they're talking about, that would, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. As you guys start walking towards the SUV, you kind of sharpen your senses and you get that immediate rush of all the sensory input from around you in the parking garage. You can see all the little like grains and textures of the concrete beneath you. You start hearing a bit of the sound from the city bouncing off of the parking structure as it kind of like makes its way inside. And in that din of like chaos of your senses, you can hear bits and pieces of words kind of floating over your direction from that conversation. And what it sounds like is Nathaniel is telling Sierra that he found a Malkavian staked at the funeral home. And he thinks that the Thin Bloods were up to something. And she's kind of pushing off like, well, I've got other shit on my plate. That seems to be the general tone. He's irritated very much with this response from her. Like, it's almost in the vein of, I brought you this fucking, like, important thing and you're shitting on it? And she's just kind of like, it's whatever. You know, it's one of many problems. She's handling it like a politician, essentially. That's kind of what you'll pick up. And it's really tense. This argument's getting really, really like kind of out there to the point where as you guys get to the Lexus and open the doors, you see the shadows in the corners of this parking garage start to subtly shift a bit. Hence that feeling of dread as oblivion is used throughout this parking garage on the back of your neck.
All right. Well, I will just get in the damn car because
Yep.
I'm not really interested in getting involved in that.
No, I don't want to tango with two potential titans. I'll pass things.
Okay. You guys pull out,
Yep.
heading straight home.
I think. Nah, I trust her. We're good. We'll go. But when we get back to the house, I'm not gonna go inside right away. I'm gonna check this fucking vehicle over because last time we left a vehicle or took a new vehicle, there was a fucking phone that was on listening to our shit. I don't play that game.
So you guys make it back to the Haven roughly about 9 o'clock. Park the vehicle in the driveway. Lemont's inside. You can see like the lights of the new vehicle kind of like wash over the living room area. And you hear the vehicle kind of pull into the driveway. As you guys stop, Sullivan gets out and starts checking the vehicle, like the back seats and shit. You don't find anything. You're searching it pretty thoroughly. You're going through everything. But you do know that as you're driving the vehicle has OnStar.
Okay, that's fair. Well, a lot of vehicles have GPS.
Right.
And shit. We can't
So
do anything about that right now.
as you're looking for ways that you can be listened into and stuff like that, the OnStar can definitely use to be tracked this vehicle.
Sure.
So that's really the only thing that kind of springs to mind as you're kind of searching over. But other than that, it seems clean. You check under the seats, you kind of roll them back and do all the things that you would think to do to kind of look for something. Check all the departments in the back and all that, and nothing's really there. It's just looks like it's a clean vehicle.
Fair enough. I'll let Preston know that the only thing I found that was of any potential concern is we have OnStar.
All right.
So,
Well, I guess we should
Well,
still
I
be
didn't.
careful, but it is what it is.
yep.
And we'll just head on in.
You guys walk in, you'll see like Lamont's just chilling on the couch. The dirt's still in the kitchen on the floor.
So I will clean that up first because that is still unsettling to me. So I will find the broom and the dustpan and I will sweep up the dirt and get it cleaned up.
I'll actually get up at that and take a look at what he's doing because I thought he was just being a shithead. Like I had no reason to go in the kitchen. I'm a fucking vampire. I don't need to eat or drink water.
Yeah, he's sweeping dirt. Looks like just freshly like dug up dirt off the floor. Not a lot of it. It's not like there's like piles of this shit, but it's definitely something walked in here like either like they just crawled or rolled in dirt. There's definitely enough to do like a light dusting across the tile of the kitchen.
I'll stand there. I'll look at it. I'll look at him awkwardly, and I'll go back to the couch. I'm not even gonna ask. I'm just waiting.
Don't forget, Preston. We got about an hour or so before he comes back looking for an answer. He gave us 24 hours.
Just thought I'd clean up one mess before we get involved in another.
All right.
I'll finish up
I'll take a
sweeping,
seat.
and then I'll head back in. I'll head into the living room or where the seating area where those two are, and then we can have our little chat.
You guys just hang out in your living room after a moment. You've got your mantle with the useless guns sitting on it that you guys don't know how to fire. Lamont's been reading some bullshit vampire book. Reading. And, Preston pops on in.
So Venathra is still around. He somehow possessed the body of my dead mortal friend Ryan that we buried way out where we buried him. Somehow knew where he was, possessed him, and managed to shamble his ass all the way back here. And we found him in the kitchen, or I found him in the kitchen when we stopped here last night. He wants us to embrace somebody that he can then possess to give him a permanent residence in another body. If we don't, he knows about our connections to the mortal world, I guess you could say, and is basically threatened to kill them if we don't comply.
And then for the next 100 to 200 years, or however long it takes for what's left of his power to finish dying to where he can't come back, he will make our lives hell, is what he said.
So, and that 24-hour clock is about up, right? What do we got?
Then he's going to kill someone. He gave us 24 hours, and then he's going to kill someone.
Yeah. Well, not just someone, like people who have some importance to us.
Well, we can find new people that have importance to us, and he can kill them too.
Well,
he has no power. He has nothing. He wants us to. Please share what your thoughts are.
We give him what he's asking for, and right after we embrace, we stake it and give him as a sacrifice to the pit.
I would love to embrace someone and bring them into my clan, but I haven't been given right of progeny. And none of us here have either. And
That's
we're
true.
acknowledged members of the city. And I am not going to violate the traditions that keep us protected for a spirit that's only threat is he's going to kill a mortal. Oh, boo fucking who.
Well, he didn't
find new
specifically
ones.
say kill a mortal. He just said he'll make our lives hell for the next 1 to 200 years.
No,
He's
he said
going-
kill. He definitely
say
said
kill?
kill. Oh, he said
Okay.
kill.
Do you remember the details of your embrace?
Oh, I didn't say I was too worried. I'm just letting you know what he said.
Threatening us with hell. So it's just the bitter
true.
irony. The bitter irony.
Huh?
Tell him he could drag my dead mother's corpse here, lay her over the couch, watch her brittle bones fall apart while he rails her, and I wouldn't care. He's desperate. He wants us to embrace
Very.
someone so he can possess someone permanently. If I could spit, I would. But I'm more than happy to hear further ideas.
Oh, my idea was to
I've
get rid of
given
him
my opinion.
permanently. But he'll be gone in he said, and I believe 1 to 200 years, give or take. When we fought him and half of him was dragged back, we defeat whatever happened to him. It weakened him to the point where if he doesn't get something permanent, he will eventually completely expire. So,
Well, tell him I'd love to help co-sign on a condo for him, but I'm certainly not going to be violating any traditions for him.
well, he'll be back he'll be here in about an hour. So,
He can kiss my white ass every inch of it.
so that was part 1.
Oh,
So I'm hearing a hard no on that whole thing.
I mean, I'm only one of 3. I mean, my opinion technically only matters in this regard as a swing vote.
Well, my thinking, of course, is to not just give him what he wants. I'm not letting anybody hold me hostage that way. I just didn't know if there was maybe a way that we could swing things to our advantage or double cross him so we can get rid of him permanently.
I feel like just saying no and putting him to the test is just as good and just as likely to cause us trouble as helping him out. I wouldn't help him out in any other regard. I wouldn't urinate on him if he was on fire. So, this is just what I think. But if the two of you have a plan, again,
I didn't have a plan. I had a 11% of a plan,
I don't want to
and
be.
that was toss him in the fucking pit.
Okay, so he's still a pain in our ass. What else?
Well,
We got a new car,
How do we swing that?
and we got a boon from the Gangrel.
I didn't know Gangrel could give boons.
this is one that has not position,
I was
but
being
is recognized in the city.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, well, can never tell.
We went and investigated the old issue of the disappeared workers at the Indigenous Center. We found Lester the Gangrel there, who led us inside to see what was brewing in there. And the best way to describe what was in there, I would say impressive. There are offspring
That's a word for it.
of Narissa in there that I guess are like her children. They're bestial looking creatures, and apparently she has the ability to see and or hear through them. And Lester was forced into feeding these creatures with the workers of the Indigenous Center, and he was completely under Narissa's control mentally. We managed to get Lester out of there, and we brought him to the sheriff. We brought this information to the sheriff. Obviously, this is an abomination in the city, clearly. And from our perspective, we figured if it weakens or otherwise hinders Narissa further, that's advantageous to us. So we did. And Lester was mostly unable to give any information. I don't think Lester is going to make it through. I don't think he made it through the evening.
If he did, it's going to be short-lived. It's just enough for him probably to talk to the prince.
But in exchange for our services and discretion, we were given a new vehicle, and we were given boons by the Gangrel Primogen.
Well, I mean, good deal. That's good for us.
There's a reason we needed a new vehicle, though.
Okay.
Yeah, you can tell that part, Sullivan.
Of course I can, you fucking asshole. So, Lester, after being attacked by Narissa's chilled, which they're touched too. They are, and I'll leave it at that. Well, Lester was hungry, obviously, to the point of where he was about to lose it. So we went to get him food. We went to the Thin Blood Club, Red number 5.
Mambo number 5.
And I am pretty sure the Second Inquisition was waiting there and caught a glimpse as he grabbed somebody out of the vehicle that was brought up. So they tried to basically pin us in, and we made it up. And hence we needed the new vehicle, and not to mention the insides of our vehicle was all bloody and nasty from Lester pretty much tearing some of them from limb.
Okay, tell me that story one more time.
Okay.
So
we went to get Lester food.
You went. Wait a minute. Lester
the Gangrel. He was assaulted horribly.
Okay. The Gangrel. Okay. So you went to go get this new Gangrel from earlier in the evening. Food.
Yes.
And you went to the Red number 5, which is a club where,
it's the only place the Thin Bloods are allowed to be now.
Yeah. Okay. So you went there, and there at the location, Lester grabbed someone and pulled them into the vehicle and tore them apart.
In essence, that's kind of what happened.
And after Lester tore them apart, you were then attacked by...
While Lester was tearing them apart.
Okay. So while this was occurring... Okay. Then the inside of the vehicle was bloodied and battered. What did these... Let's call them, I don't know, priests, SWAT team. What I don't know who.
It was like a SWAT team. Okay. Oh, definitely. They were very coordinated.
So someone heavily armed and armored attacked while this was happening. So obviously they were already present there.
Oh, absolutely.
And then what
Probably
happened,
a lot of places within the city, actually. with what's been going on. So basically, there were multiple vehicles. They tried to block us and pin us in to the point where they hit us and almost completely ruined the vehicle. Luckily, I was able to lose them in traffic after escaping the club parking lot that they tried to block off. And that's when we made our way to Sierra's and exchanged boons and got what we got and got everything taken care of. And it was so late we had to stay at Sierra's.
So you paid her a boon.
Well, we just don't.
You said you exchanged boons.
Oh, yeah, with the Gangrel. The Gangrel gave us a boon, the Gangrel Primogen.
The Gangrel owed you a boon, and then they sent their police force to come and extract the boon that they gave you.
Wait, what? No, we didn't lose any boon. We just don't owe Sierra anymore. As favors.
Why did we owe her before?
No.
No. She owed us. I'm sorry. She owed us.
Never an official boon, but there was a
never officially
based on us helping her out in the past. And so by her making all these arrangements, the slate is now clear with Sierra. But now the Gangrel is indebted to us, and we have a new vehicle. Great.
So the Gangrel is indebted to you, but we no longer owe we're no longer owed a boon, but an unofficial boon from the La Sombra Elder.
Right.
And she gave you a car and a hotel room.
And a boon from the Gangrel Primogen.
Yeah. But the boon was for what you did for the Gangrel. She didn't give you that boon.
Well, she sort of forced the hand of the
Gangrel. Can I ask you a
to
question?
Certainly.
The firefight that you guys were in, was there stakes brandished? Was there any kind of
No, they didn't
fire?
have time. No. Other than the traffic altercation, no.
No shots fired.
But we were at the presence of what was definitely a breach of the masquerade, and to keep that quiet and or cover that up is what relinquished those favors.
Who was it that breached the masquerade?
It was Lester.
The Gangrel you met that night.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Well, I'm glad everything went according to plan and we're all even Steven. You've spent a lot of time losing police pursuit.
Not a lot, but definitely this time.
We blew through the little barricade they were trying to set up, and then we went directly to the hotel.
Mm-hmm. So they were already okay. Well, between the three of us, I think you've been had. I don't think at any point in time you encountered any Second Inquisition. I very much think that this was done by La Sombra. I'm just.
How would she have had any idea where we were going?
You are.
Like, it was literally.
You are in a vehicle that she just gave us. We are. You don't think that she had a way at any point in time to put something on our vehicle to track us?
Oh, potentially, sure.
And secondarily, you don't think in any way, shape, or form that the Gangrel, who just happened to, at the entrance of the club where all of the Thin Bloods are required to hang out, might not accidentally breach the masquerade intentionally? I'm just saying.
The Gangrel didn't get out of the car, to be fair.
The Gangrel didn't need to get out of the car. How could they have responded that quickly?
The only thing I could think of is I have been in the city, and they were just waiting.
For us.
Well, not for us, but for someone.
For strange behavior.
Certainly.
Did you think about it this way? The Thin Bloods, there's like 10 of them, right? Give or take. They can only feed and go in that one club. Mm-hmm. Within the 2 weeks they've been there has to have been something that had gotten out about weird occurrences, would be my guess, which is why they were staking it out. I could be wrong. We could have been had. I'm not throwing that off the table. I'm just saying logically, there are multiple ways this could have went down.
Logically, if they were staking it out, they wouldn't have fully armored teams waiting to go at a moment's notice. Logically, if the Thin Bloods were only allowed to feed there and they go in and out, and those are the only places they go to feed, then these staking out police that are, or priests or whatever they are, because I don't have a clue what attacked you, but
we don't either.
This potential SWAT team, we'll call them secret police, would at least have a fair idea of how many Thin Bloods there were. and how many they could deal with. If they sent 3 SWAT teams at you, how difficult would it be to just storm the place with 3 SWAT teams and kill the Thin Bloods there? I'm just saying, it doesn't really, the rapidity at which you experienced your run-in and the fact that you were able to get away, and all they did was attempt to block your car in and destroy it, but conveniently they didn't, and you got away. I'm not saying you aren't a great driver. I don't know, but I just think you would have to be a very good driver to maneuver a damaged vehicle away from police to get all the way to that hotel and have no repercussion. Seems a little too convenient for me. I think we've been had. I think we got fucked out of a boon. However,
That's a possibility.
it's about what you can prove and who you know. And turns out the one we know no longer owes us.
I don't think we at all got fucked out of a boon. Sierra never owed us a boon, and she was never going to give us a boon.
Of course not.
So now
This
instead
doesn't
of
mean
having,
we've lost the working relationship, nor can we not get it
Of course
back.
not. It just means we can't
Or
hold anything
something
over her
similar.
any longer.
True. That is very true.
And now the Gangrel Primogen owes us, and who gives a shit?
And that's if, and this is a big if Sierra goes to deal with that issue, if she comes out. That's how bad it was down there.
Well,
Just saying.
everyone's still ticking. Everyone's still up and running. So this is the game, and it's the game we play. We have no choice.
Hmm?
But now she knows exactly where we're at. Now she knows exactly where we go, potentially. She potentially knows
There is
every
OnStar, so
conversation.
yeah.
Even if there's not OnStar. If I'm a Lasombra, and I'm a 60-year-old Lasombra, I give no gifts without something attached to them. I myself give no gifts without something attached to them.
I don't disagree.
So we have to assume, very much like if you've ever watched The Wire, we just can't talk business in the vehicle.
Agreed.
The last time there was a phone that we found.
Right.
So
We spoke with Nathaniel Borgia, the Nosferatu. We kind of helped him out. And we also found out, I don't remember if we told you this or not, there's another Nos that absolutely hates us.
yes, I remember.
And apparently is going around willing to sell that we had a huge, massive party here.
He said the B
they
word.
never left. No. That's not what he said.
Yeah.
That's the
I remember
rumor, the harpy from
when we were at Elysium. I remember when we were accosted with the evidence or the speculation of our party, where we then committed mass murder apparently on 20 people.
I didn't remember if you were there or not. That's all.
So really quick, since Lemont mentioned hearing the B word, so that was Royston talking to Yesenia. Royston walked across the way, just out of like line of sight of sun, approached Yesenia and said, "It's Baali," or "He's Baali," or whatever. Yeah, and that's where we ended up. So that was not
That's
the
the last thing I remember.
Yeah, that was Royston won the Toreador. So
it slipped
Who's
my mind who
also
said it.
Yeah, no problem.
I forgot to bring that up. We should probably tell you that Royston is missing.
Okay.
Well, a member of your clan, just so you're aware, so you can play it up if need be with Annabelle or whoever.
I'll get out there and search for him. You know, I'll hire a private investigator. I'll make sure to honor him in my next tattoo. I'm sure I'm upset as every other member of my clan is.
Mm-hmm.
Sullivan's phone
I
number.
can tell no one seems to give a fuck.
I'll look down at it.
It's your son's phone number.
I'll just answer it. Hello?
Hey, Sullivan. It's your friend V.
I'll
Sorry
put it
for
on
the
speaker. Hi, V.
Hey, sorry for the voice. This guy's got MRSA. It's a bit of a bitch, and it's kind of eating away most of the flesh, and the throat's a little sore as I talk. But hey, he's mobile and it works. And I've got a little family reunion here planned. Me and William been having a chat. Really though, William's been kind of like sucking on the barrel of the shotgun, and you'll hear like a little the ch of a shotgun go, and you'll hear your son's like voice is kind of murmur like. I didn't know how old he was going to be, but I guess once you get over the hill, you're a little easier to be taken down. But I just wanted to have a chat, you, me, and William here, about our proposition.
You know, I believe the consensus around the table was go fuck yourself, Venathra. And
That's
I'll
what I thought.
snap the phone.
Those are really, I can't believe you hung up on him. Those are such harsh words.
Preston will
I
get a
clearly
phone call.
look angry.
Those are such, I can't believe.
Don't recognize the number.
Who's what happened?
It's Preston getting a phone call now.
Oh, I guess we have numbers memorized. I'll answer it on speaker. Hello.
Hey, that was rude. And you'll hear a boom as a shotgun goes off and just a splattering sound. That was William. Bye, William. And the phone will hang up. Jeff, make a frenzy test, please. Willpower roll.
Yep. It's not good. Frenzy tests for me are bad.
You guys have 3 dice. Do you want to use any?
Don't use them, Jeff.
Don't use them, really?
Let fate decide.
You really want fate to decide my frenzy roll, huh? It's
It'd be a difficulty of 3, by the way.
Play it
You
where it
ever gambled?
lies.
Come on, dude. Let's go. You can do this. Let no threat to the nest stand. Which has nothing to do with your ability to
Roll.
succeed
Right.
or fail. at frenzy. But
So with a difficulty of 3, I'm going to use
if you'd like to use those dice, please do.
I'm going to use all 3 of them because I don't want a frenzy on my brood.
Jesus Christ.
I can't.
Because my frenzies are terrible, Ray. You know this. All of us know my frenzies are terrible, even with non-combat characters.
This
So
is true.
Even when you
And I
got
still
5
failed.
self-control.
Well, you want to spend a
told you.
willpower?
to reroll 3 of those, right?
Yeah.
I told you, Jeff.
Yeah. We're going to spend a willpower on that.
Sometimes less is more.
Hey, you make it. You get 4. So
I'll bite my lip and bite through it a little bit.
as that
kinda
realization
like
hits
frenzy.
you, as you heard that shotgun blast over, the phone from Preston, your son just got murdered by a fucking vengeful spirit that you pissed off and told to go fuck himself. You also get 3 stains, as you now know that your touchstone was murdered. Not
That
really
sucks.
in front of you, but you were there for the moment.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Your beast is just coiled up, like ready to pounce right now. But you managed to just bite it back, like you said. You bite your lip, hold on to it, but it's coiled in your chest right now, like tightly wound.
I'll just sit there, bite my lip. I'll suck the blood as I can. Anything I can do to not lose my shit, basically, to hold back.
Right.
I'll just get, kind of like step back, give him some space. I'm not really gonna sure he's dealing with a thing. I have no idea who got killed, but it clearly was someone important to him. I will. I'll turn to Sean's character. Any idea, Preston, what that was all about?
I'm guessing someone important to Sullivan just got his head blown off. So, I'm guessing you're next on the list.
I have no one important to me, except for the
it's-
2 of you.
I guess that's a good thing then.
I'll place my hand on your shoulder. Remember why we do this. The individual human lives are of much less importance than the grander scheme of things. And perhaps we will experience some hard times, but we let no threat to the nest stand. And we certainly do not help vengeful spirits who seek to undermine our purpose. So if every person that we ever loved or was ever close or important to us dies, it is for the greater good. And I'll go take a shower.
You head on out, take a shower, and as you kind of dip under the hot water, you leave these 2 to kind of figure things out as they will.
I'll throw my phone in the garbage, and I'll just kind of say under my breath, that's 2 phones in one night.
The phones are not they're not. You don't need to take your rage out on the phone. Phone is just a messenger, and expensive.
Well, so you're going to need a new burner.
Yep. What else is new?
Well, what else do we have to deal with?
I don't know. I don't know right now.
Well, the night is young, gentlemen. You guys hear the water going as as Lemont, I'm doing it now, as Lamont's in the shower. You know, you've got Ryan's body is still in the sacrificial chamber down below in the basement. Obviously, there's going to be some issues with Sullivan now. You know, his William just got done dirty by a demon.
I think we should go out.
Where?
Well, I could use a bite. We could go to one of the usual spots, get a drink.
Maybe we should do a drive-by first to make sure there's no people sitting in fucking panel vans across the street waiting for shit to go down. Because that could be anywhere.
Well, I think
With the shit going on in this city right now, who knows?
Well, maybe we should go to the rack.
That's kind of where we were, though. It was on the rack. Red number 5 is in the rack,
No,
isn't
it's
it?
not. No.
Oh, never mind.
The rack is pretty well. One of the main racks is like down Clark, you know, in like Ridleyville type area, and then you got Boydstown. This red number 5 is like further west on the other side of the river. It's like where the river forks and does like a north-south split. It's right over there by around where the Tribune building is. So it's west and south of River North.
Okay. If that's what you want to do.
I think it might be good.
Okay. I'll get up. I'll just kind of dust myself off, and I'll go and move my sheet so I can get dressed for clubbing.
Okay. So Lemont finishes his shower.
Double check our mentor.
Solomon gets redressed, and then goes over to Lamont's bedroom. Kind of like opens up the lock for the hope chest you guys stuffed your unconscious mentor into, and he's there under the blanket still, a little more desiccated as time has now passed. You know, since you last checked up with him, but he's still there in torpor.
I'll pat the blankets and be like, pretty soon, buddy, I'm studying. I'll close it, lock it back up.
You reseal the lock, not an issue.
Then I'll come and chill out and wait for Lemont to get out of the shower so we can go.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, get under the water. It's not, I don't sweat and I'm not dirty. So it's just kind of like the shittiest cleaning job ever. What are you just rinsing off basically?
So what did you have in mind? What club on the rack? Anything in particular? Or are you just all about, we'll drive, point at one, and that's where we'll go?
Well, I thought we would just go down there to Clark and walk around a bit, see what reaches out to us and grabs us, see what place is hopping, pop in, have a bite, blow off some steam, and then go from there. I think last night was busy. This evening has been busy. I think it might be helpful for us to just get the fuck out of here for a while.
So you guys get everything all set and head into the Lexus and start bowing down towards the rack, I believe. Is this where you guys wanted to go?
Yep.
All right. So you hit the rack and you start looking for food. Now, is this we're actually going to be hunting, or we're just kind of carousing and seeing what's up?
I think at this point we're kind of carousing until Preston and Lemont are like, yeah, that one.
Yeah, I wanted to show up and just find a place that seemed like it was hopping, that kind of drew me in atmosphere wise. Some place that looks like it's the happening place to be this particular evening, and then go in there and hunt proper.
The only place that really kind of stands out off the bat as you guys are kind of carousing, going through the streets and all that, is this essentially it's a craft brew bar where they have all the taps on the walls, and you get a card or a code and you punch it in and you can select all the drinks you want to try out. There's a bit of a outside portion that kind of extends almost to the curb of the street, where there's a lot of people sitting out and just kind of chatting it up. But what's interesting is that you actually see Lemont. You see Lemont there. You see Marcel there, the ministry member that you guys have been dealing with. Also with him is a ministry member by the name of Thea. They seem to be talking, but Thea's kind of facing with her back towards the building and looking out at the crowds in the streets. And as she's talking to Marcel across the table, she's gesturing wildly, like there's an animated conversation, obviously, and she's occasionally scanning the crowd. Just she's looking for something. But what catches Lamont's attention is you see that girl that's been stalking you in the crowd. She's kind of making her way down through the rack, and she's wearing a leather jacket, a band t-shirt, black jeans, and she's carrying a sketch pad with her, and she's just looking around. She doesn't see you guys, but she's definitely kind of scoping the places out. You guys recognize her. Sullivan and Preston recognize her from being around the tattoo parlor where Lemont works. Like she's kind of always there in the peripheral. Every other day you guys go in, you guys go and see him. Like she's out there somewhere, but you don't recognize her from Elysium. But Lemont knows who the fuck she is.
Okay. Well, I won't engage her.
Okay.
I won't make it known that I notice her.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to see you guys. Like she's more like checking out the bars and like looking inside before moving on to the next one. You guys kind of make your way past that, but you do see Marcel and Thea talking. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be any other kindred in the rack area that you guys are seeing as you kind of like make your way through the sidewalks and kind of check out the bars and such. Mm-hmm. Now it is a Saturday. More than likely, there's something going on tonight at an Elysium, or maybe two as people gather. It is a popular weekend night, and it is starting to get warmer. So it's probably around 60, 70 degrees outside. It's great weather. So people are outside. People are enjoying the weather after the winter and the spring. People are out doing stuff. But you guys can actually go and get some food if you need food, or just kind of like carouse and see what's going on.
I definitely need to do some hunting.
Okay.
But I'm going to try to...
Me too.
I'm going to try to like pay attention to where that girl is and try to like lose her in the crowd. Basically, I don't need that interruption.
You don't need that drama right now?
No, I don't need that right now. I don't need that.
Okay. So you guys start scoping out places for actual viable food sources here. And it is a Saturday night. It's like 10 o'clock by the time you guys got down here. Places are bumping. And you will need to make your predator rolls, your hunting rolls. However, your difficulty, since you're in the rack, it's usually a 2. It's actually going to be a 4 at this point in time. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck, I got 5.
Sullivan finds some shit. Is
Alrighty.
that a crit?
It's not, only 110.
Okay.
And you said it's just a difficulty of 4.
Yes, it is.
I said that like just.
Right, I was about to say, oh yeah?
I am a
Only.
failure.
Only. You've got a 2, but at least it wasn't a botch, right? Like that's the good thing.
Yeah.
Is Preston going in and joining the fun?
Yes, I rolled like just before Nate did. I got 5.
So as you guys are making your way through the various bars and searching out sources of prey, Sullivan and Preston managed to zone in on their prey and managed to swoop in, and we'll get to that in a minute. But as Lamont's kind of like going through the places, you're finding people that as you start homing in on one person, it's like, okay, they're by themselves, or I can easily separate that person. Something off the corner of your awareness will catch your eye and make you back off. Like you'll see an actual CPD walk in, doing community policing, talking to the patrons, etc., making themselves known. That kind of makes you back off. The next place, maybe you'll see somebody who's like watching the crowds a little too intently. Like they've got a drink, they're not drinking it, they're just watching people. But it's not like that vampire watching, right? Like it's not like you're faking your sips. They're literally not drinking it. They'll like just drink the water and just watch people like a hawk. Like they're looking for something. And that's kind of really pushing you off. So after that first hour passes, Sullivan, you manage to find a college co-ed. She's out and about with her friends, a little bit too tipsy. You swoop in at the last minute. She's like going for the bathroom, like down one of the halls in one of the bars, and kind of stumbles. You manage to catch her, like, hey, you okay? And then you just manage to take a moment to sneak yourself into like that single occupancy bathroom with her, put the bite on her while she's like out of it, and manage to slake a hunger. Now,
All I needed, just 1.
Okay, because you're at 2. If you need to get rid of that 0, you know what you got to do.
Nope, not looking to kill right now, especially not in a fucking crowded club. No.
So you leave your prey after you lick the wound and kind of exit that bathroom into the hallway. And as you start walking out of the bar, just kind of like, nothing ever happened, like you're just kind of playing it smooth, you start seeing people in the crowd here that are watching everybody. It's like they're just observing what's going on in the bar. They're not drinking, they're not partaking in food, they're not really even talking, they're just watching people. For Preston, as Sullivan comes out a bit sated, you manage to kind of sneak off and see one of the service people, like probably either a line cook or some other kind of kitchen worker in the back down an alleyway having a cigarette. And for you, this is the prime opportunity. Like you're looking around, seeing nobody else, you swing down, And as a predator, you know that right now the city's dangerous. You can't really spend the time you guys normally would take to corral somebody, apply them with drinks and spend time with them and do like an hour or two worth of work. Now it's like grab the food where you can because you don't know who's going to stop and interrupt you. So you swoop in, grab this guy and go behind a dumpster as he's like having a cigarette break, put the bite on him, leave him dazed, sate one blood, unless you want to get more hunger sated than that.
One is good. That puts
I'm
me
always
at
up.
one.
If you guys want to start killing people, I'm okay with that. That just gives me more. No?
I'll pass. Thanks.
Okay.
No. And to be totally fair, that does violate one of our chronicle tenets. So
It does. But I'm okay with giving out stains. So
yeah, I bet you are.
Really?
as you take that one blood and sate yourself, you leave this poor like kitchen worker a bit dazed as he's kind of like just slumped against the brick wall of the building next to him in the alleyway, and you make your way back down. As you walk to the mouth of the alleyway, Chicago PD walks right by you into the alleyway, and you guys will meet up with Lemont as he comes out of his third bar now, like looking a little bit frustrated.
When we all meet up, I'll just be like, I don't know about you guys, but there's eyes everywhere right now. There's people hawking.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
You make your way down the streets and get back to the Lexus, hop on in. Everything seems fine.
No, where to, guys?
Let's go to exit. Let's just go to exit and just hang out. Because I want to test. I want to see if it's like that there too. Like if it is, we're in some fucking bizarro land. We need to like get out of town. Like we need to go to the fucking suburbs or some shit. We need to go.
Not to mention, we have a little bit of help there with James being the.
I'm not even worried about feeding. Like honestly, from player to storyteller, I'm just more creeped the fuck out by like all the cops and all the eyeballs and like how fucking hard it is to feed there. That don't bode well. That to me speaks more of like Second Inquisition, whatever the fuck, than them getting fucking boxed in by some cars. That seems like some fucking shit show rash action to me. But anyway,
I bet it's the La Sombra again.
What a dick!
Yeah.
Y'all been had. This is all for a boon. This is all.
All for a potential boon.
So you guys make your way over to exit. You hop on North Avenue and drive on down. You pass the gas station, and exit's right there. You kind of swing around the corner, park off the by one of the garages there, and hoof your way back. And the first thing that strikes you is as you get out of the car and start walking down the street, you look back. You got the nicest car within 3 blocks. You've got this 2021 Lexus RH 350, beautiful white color with dark tinted windows, and everything around here is like mid-90s, like early 2000s. Like your car stands the fuck out in this neighborhood.
And this is at our haven, or were we parked?
This is an exit.
Oh, all right. It's
okay.
fair.
So I'm going to do something that kind of doesn't make sense, but it does if you think about it the right way. I'm going to go back to the car, and I'll like hold my hand up to the rest of the brood there, and I'll be like, you guys just hang out for a second, okay? I need to take care of something. I'm going to
Ray,
go back to the car.
I'm gonna make a rouse check to breathe and blink and all that fun
Okay.
stuff because we're going in a bar to chill.
Yep. So you can do false life.
Fuck. Yep. Me too.
All right, we'll do Sullivan first.
Yes.
Sullivan's good. And we'll do with Preston. Wow, it's 2
Golden.
rouse checks.
2 for 2,
All right, so
sir.
the 2 of you flush the blood through your system. You manage to get a facsimile of life. You can blink a bit naturally.
We both got a
Breathe a
10.
little Yeah, you guys are doing good. Like, it must be like that heightened level of awareness. Your beast is like, you know what? Nah, we ain't playing.
Hyper
Like, there's some
vigilant.
crazy shit going on, and you manage to flush yourselves, with that false life without anything hindering you. No weird tie to the beast. It's oddly quiet right now. So, Lamont's back at the vehicle.
Yeah, I'm going to, like I'm going to get into the car. I'm going to look around for like pedestrians, anybody looking, anybody like cameras or anything around.
No cameras, but you do see some people probably walking towards the corner to go around towards exit. They look like they're probably seen because they got ripped blue jeans, some leather jackets, things like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around, and when nobody seems to be looking, I'm just gonna take my handful of keys and scratch them across the two doors, and then I'm gonna give the rear quarter panel a nice solid kneeing, just to ugly up this car a bit, so it doesn't stand out so much.
You get a satisfying, just like grinding sound as you rip the keys down the side, and when you actually dent in that quarter panel a bit, it feels a bit better. Like, it still stands out a little bit, but it's like, all right, well, clearly if somebody was that much money, they would have paid for this shit. So somebody either got it at auction or whatever. You make it kind of blend in a little bit more.
But also that means that anybody in the neighborhood who wants to fuck up this car is going to look at it and go, somebody already got it.
Damn it, they beat me to it. So as you start moving to catch up with your roommates, do you want to assume that false life, or are you going to stay pallid?
Yeah, sure. Although had I been thinking about it, I would have done it in the first place, but it hadn't occurred to me. So
no worries.
That's my bad. That's a rouse, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Let's see what happens here. I'm curious if you all three win. That'd be crazy. Also unheard of with this game. Oh my god.
10.
Another 10. So,
Wow.
all right. Clearly, you guys as beasts know something's the fuck up, and is kind of backing off unnecessary blood expenditures at this point in time. So as Lemont catches up with Sullivan and Preston, he also is a bit flush. You can see him blinking. You can see his nostrils flare occasionally as he's breathing. You know, that with that fake, like, facility of life. You guys make your way around the corner and start heading towards exit. Outside, you see Jimmy is having a cigarette. He's got his mohawk up. He's wearing a spiked leather jacket. He's got his blue jeans on. He's wearing like a Skid Row t-shirt. He sees you guys, just gives you a nod. And you see the two people he's talking with, like two younger punks, probably I'd say just probably turned 21. They look a bit young for the scene, probably just getting involved. And they look at Lemont and they're like, is that him? And Jimmy's like, shh. Don't talk about fucking, GW like that in public. And they're like, oh, yeah. And they just go back to smoking their clothes as you guys make your way towards the door.
You walk by, I'll be like, what's up, brother?
He's like, yeah, hey. Just gives you like a clap and a handshake and pulls you in, gives you a tap on the back, lets you go. You guys are good. No cover, obviously.
Cool.
I will, having, heard kind of the off the cuff conversation being had, I'll just give the older of the two, I'll just pull out a card and be like, yeah, if you want some work done, and I'll just hand him a card for the tattoo shop.
Oh shit.
And go in.
That's awesome. And you'll head in as he's looking at it. You'll see him kind of talking like, oh man, that's legit. He's like a tattoo artist. And you hear Jimmy as you walk in, as the din of the music from the inside, that thrumming like low beat, and the cascade of voices as you open the door hits you. You just hear Jimmy go, yeah, that's what he does. This is what he gives back with, man. You don't fuck with him. He likes you. And you just walk in.
I'll poke my head back out and look at Jimmy. Anything strange going on tonight I should know about? Anything weird?
That weird nerdy dude is upstairs again.
Oh, great. Cool. Thanks.
That's
Appreciate
really it. Yeah, no problem.
That's the only normal thing that I'll just go back to walking with them.
You guys walk into exit. It's about 11:30, 11:30, about 10:30, 10:45 at this point in time. So it's a bit jumping on a Saturday night. You have a couple of people sitting on the motorcycle seats along the right side of the wall. The bartender's just kind of bustling, really busy behind that bar on the first level here. You can see like there's maybe only one or two empty spaces on the entire length of the bar on this first level. You guys make your way towards the back. Are you heading upstairs again, or are you just going to find a seat down here?
We normally chill upstairs as far as I remember.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll go up.
So you guys go to the back stairwell and go up that spiral staircase and emerge into the second level. You can see there's actually somebody manning the second bar right as you walk up, since it's such a busier time of the night right now. They give you a nod. It's nobody you recognize. They just kind of like, in passing greeting. You'll see one or two people at that bar just kind of having shots. As you make your way towards the back where you guys usually sit in the booths on the left-hand side, you'll see that Sun is sitting there and he's alone. And it's a little sad, like a little downtrodden as you guys make your way back towards that area.
Yeah, I'll slide in to the booth.
yeah, I'll go hang out with Sun.
You guys all go to slide in, and he kind of like looks up and gives you a soft smile. He's like, "Hey, everybody, how's it going?"
I don't know. How is it going?
What's up, chum? Why the long face?
One of my clanmates was. He looks around. Fuck. One of my
It's loud
family.
enough in here.
It is loud, but he's still like, "Fuck." of my family was incapacitated for a time at a funeral home. I just found out about earlier tonight.
Ah,
Yeah, you know Nathaniel,
we,
right? Creepy dude.
yeah. We pointed it out to him.
Yeah, apparently now my family owes him for rescuing somebody.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Then I got people snooping around my house and my affairs. Well, not really my house, but places where I hang out. And that's getting a little
The rack?
weird. No.
There's a lot of looky-loos at the rack. Like, they're not drinking. They're eyeballing people, looking for oddities, I assume.
Oh, yeah, that's probably because things escalated after that red number 5 thing that happened last night. Somebody apparently ripped somebody apart. Like, it was bloody as hell. Like, it was crazy. It's funny because he looks around. It's like the Thin Bloods had to shut the place down. Like, it's closed right now. One of the most popular nights of the week.
That's funny.
Fucking closed. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Some of my best work, really. But problem is, some body parts have been found, like in the suburbs and shit. Apparently, like, there's been like a bunch of people going missing, like college kids. So they kind of escalated a little further than anybody thought it was going to, and things are getting a little rough around the city right now. Jackson's freaking out about it.
What's college kids in the suburbs got to do with the city?
Right.
Fuck if I know. Just people are
body
going missing.
parts, like
Yeah, somebody pulled like an archer and left body parts around the city or some shit like that. They got found. Yeah, if you follow police blotters like I do, you. I mean, it's just that, you know.
Totally.
But yeah, it's out there. Yeah, it's a little rough.
weird, very weird.
Yeah, you know, and then there's some weird shit that was found at this house that got blown up. Like some gas line went boom, and that's got the police in uproar. But the Vatican I don't know what's going on. Got brought in and looking at it, like it's crazy. Shit's going nuts in the city right now. Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts.
Definitely a time to lay low.
Yeah, and like Royston sneaking in my affairs, like sniffing shit around, like that's not good. It's not good for anybody.
It's not good for anybody to snoop in anybody else's shit, right?
Yeah. Do you guys like Royston?
Seems like he's kind of a dick, right? I'll look at my two clanmate, well, my clanmate and my pseudo
Cative friend.
Your cative friend.
coterie mate. Yeah. He's kind
I'll
of
just shrug. I'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah, he's kind of a gossipy prick. Hey, when's the last time you saw him?
When I sticked him. Well, now we see Venathra starting to come back calling, a little angry at the group for basically telling them to get lost. It was predictable. I think the group had already long since made the decision that they're not going to deal with him. Now it's just whether or not they can pay the toll, so to speak, for continually saying no to him. We'll see how that goes further in the future. Additionally, we are starting to see some of the old actions that they performed start to come back and resurface. A lot of stuff's going on in the city with all the chaos they've seeded that they wanted to seed is now starting to cause problems, as we've seen with the hunters, and now as we're seeing with, well, information being sold about them and rumors being spread. We'll see how they deal with it. Catch everyone later.